Доброго времени суток всем
To
участникам
all of the participants of our marathon,
международного марафона, посвященного
which is
изучению и чтению
dedicated to the
Священного
studying and
Писания
reading of
на благо мира.
Saints' Holy
И у нас
Scriptures.
сегодня утренний класс
And
по
today we have a morning class
Шри
on
Caitanya-caritamrите.
Caitanya-caritamrita.
Обычно в это время
Usually at this
проводим
time
класс по
we
Шримад
make the
Бхагаватам,
class on Srimad Bhagavatam, but
в связи с марафоном,
due
посвященным
to the
Шри
marathon, which is
Caitanya-caritamrите, мы
dedicated to
проводим класс
Caitanya-caritamrita,
по
we have a
Шри
class on
Caitanya-caritamrite.
Caitanya-caritamrita.
Деяния, игры
Activities
Господа
and
Шри
pastimes
Чайтаньи
of
Махапрабху.
the Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
И тема нашей
And
сегодняшней
today's
встречи —
topic
это
is
удивительные стихи, 8
wonderful
стихов,
8 wonderful
которые
verses,
оставил Господь Чайтанья
which
Шри
were left by
Сикстаста.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sri Siksastaka.
Мы пропоем эту молитву
Today we will
сейчас
sing this prayer
для того, чтобы настроиться, немножко
to set
погрузиться в
ourselves
это
up
настроение, и
and to
потом мы
absorb in this
проведем
mood, and then we will have a
наш
class
класс по Шри Чайтанья-caritamrите.
on Sri Caitanya-caritamrita.
Если у кого-то есть эти
If
молитвы,
you
можно
have
их
these
открыть,
prayers, you can open them.
можно в интернете найти.
You can find them on internet.
Они легко ищутся.
They easily can be found.
Cetodarpanam arjanam bhavamahadavagni nirvapanam Ksherakairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavadhu jivanam Ananda buddhi vardhanam pratipadam purnamrita svadanam Sarvatma snapanam param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam namakari bahudha Nija sarva shakti Tatrarpitani amita Smarane nakalaha Etadrishi tava kripa Bhagavan mamapi Durdaivamidrisham Kharjani Nanuragaha Trinatapi Sunishina Tarorapi Sahishnuna Hamanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadaharihi Nadanam na janam na sundarim Kavitam va jagati shakamaye Mama janmani janmanishware Bhavatad bhakti rahai tukitvayi Ainanda tanuja kinkaram Patitam vam vishame bhava bhuthau Kripaya tava pada pankaja Sthita duli sadrisham vichindaya Nayanam galata sudharaya Vadanam gadgadarudhaya gira Pulakair nichitam vapukkada Tavanamagrahane bhavishyati Yugaitam nimishina Chakshusha pravrishaitam Sunyaitam jagat sarvam Govinda virahename Ashlishyava padaratam pinashtumam Adarshanat marmahatam karotuva Yadkhatatha va vidatha tulam patom Atprananat hastu saeva naparaha Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Shri Siksastaka ki jai, Shri Caitanya-caritamrita ki jai, Shiva Prabhupada ki jai, Nanda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Gaur Premanande. Давайте прочитаем
So let's
перевод
read the translation
стихов этих.
of
Они
these
очень
verses.
важны.
They are very important.
Очень важны.
Very important. Glory to the Shri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtana movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large, because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
Оно углубляет океан трансцендентного блаженства и дает нам возможность насладиться нектаром, которого мы всегда жаждем.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names you have invested all your transcendental energies. They are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
Ты даровал нам возможность легко достичь Тебя, повторяя Твои святые имена. Однако я настолько неудачлив, что не чувствую к ним никакого влечения.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than a straw on the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
Можно повторять святое имя Господа постоянно.
Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth.
Не ожидая ничего взамен.
O son of Maharaja Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so, even he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally.
Останется для меня Господом, которому я поклоняюсь. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyanandana Shalakaya Chakshurunritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Skapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sva Padandikam Vanchakalpatarubhyacha Kripa Sindhubhyo Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Desha Tarine. Shri Caitanya-caritamrita Ante-lila, глава
Charitamrita
20,
Ante-lila,
молитва
chapter
Siksastaki.
20, the
Прочитаем
Siksastaka
один
praise.
текст,
We will read one
текст
verse,
28.
the text 28.
Премера свабхаваяхан, премера самбандха, сеймане Кришна море, мора нахи према гандха. Перевод текста.
The translation of the verse.
Преданный,
Wherever there is a
который
relationship
развил
of love
любовные
of
отношения
Godhead,
с
its natural
Господом,
symptom is that the devotee
никогда не
does not
считает
think
себя
himself
преданным.
devotee. Instead,
Наоборот,
he always
он
thinks
думает,
that he has not even
что
a
у него
drop of
нет
love
даже
for
капли
Krishna.
любви к Кришне. Комментарий Шрила
A
Прабхупады.
purport of
Шрила
Srila
Прабхупада Ки
Prabhupada.
Джай. Шри
Srila
Бхактисиданта
Bhaktisiddhanta
Сарасвати Такур
Saraswati
пишет
Thakura
в
comments
комментарии
that
к этому
persons who are
стиху,
actually very poor,
что есть
because
люди,
they possess not
не
even a drop
имеющие
of
ни
love of
капли любви
Godhead
к
or pure
Богу
devotional service,
или чистого
falsely
преданного
advertise
служения,
themselves as
и
great
потому
devotees, although they cannot at any time relish the
воистину
transcendental
бедные,
bliss of devotional
которые
service.
выдают себя за
A
великих
class of
преданных,
so-called devotees known
хотя
as
сами не
Prakrita
способны
Sahajiyas
ощутить вкус
sometimes display devotional symptoms to
трансцендентного
exhibit their
блаженства,
good fortune.
даруемого преданным служением. Есть категория
They are
так
pretending,
называемых
however,
преданных,
because these devotional
именуемых
features are only external.
Пракрита-сахаджиями, которые
The
иногда
Prakrita
имитируют
Sahajiyas
симптомы
exhibit these
любви к Богу,
symptoms to
чтобы
advertise their
показать,
so-called
как они
advancement in love of
удачливы.
Krishna, but instead of praising the
Но это
Prakrita
всего лишь
Sahajiyas for their
показное
symptoms of
притворство.
transcendental ecstasy, pure
Пракрита-сахаджи
devotees do not like to
демонстрируют
associate with them.
эти симптомы, чтобы доказать
It
другим,
is not
насколько
advisable to
глубока их
equate the
любовь к
Prakrita
Кришне.
Sahajiyas with pure
Но вместо
devotees.
того, чтобы
When one
прославлять
is actually advanced in ecstatic
Пракрита-сахаджи
love of
за
Krishna, he
то,
does not try
что
to
они
advertise himself.
проявляют признаки
Instead,
трансцендентного
he
экстаза,
endeavors more and
чистые
more to render
преданные
service to the
держатся
Lord.
от них подальше. Не следует
The Prakrita
приравнивать
Sahajiyas sometimes
Пракрита-сахаджи
criticize pure
к
devotees by
чистым
calling them
преданным.
philosophers, learned
Тот, кто
scholars,
действительно
knowers of
достиг
the truth, or
вершин
minute observers, but
экстатической
not
любви к
devotees.
Кришне, никогда не будет
On the other
заниматься
hand, they depict themselves as
саморекламой.
the most advanced,
Ему
transcendently
не до
blissful
того,
devotees, deeply absorbed in devotional
потому что
service,
он
and mad to taste
старается все
transcendental
больше и
mellows.
больше служить Господу. Иногда
They also
Пракрита-сахаджи
describe themselves as the
критикуют
most
чистых
advanced
преданных,
devotees in
называя
spontaneous
их
love, as knowers of
ведающими
transcendental
истину,
mellows, as the topmost
философами,
devotees in
знатоками
conjugal love of
Писаний
Krishna, and so
или
on.
пытливыми исследователями, но не преданными. В то же
Not
время
actually knowing the
северяне
transcendental nature of
величают
love of
самыми
God, they
возвышенными
accept their
преданными,
material emotions to
имеющими
be
доступ к
indicative of
трансцендентному
advancement.
блаженству
In
и
this way,
целиком
they pollute the
поглощенными
process of
преданным
devotional
служением.
service. To
Им
try to
кажется,
become
что
writers
они
of
сходят с
Vaishnava
ума
literature, they
от
introduce
желания
their
впустить
material
в
conceptions
трансцендентную
of
расу.
life into pure devotional
Они
service.
похваляются
Because of
тем,
their material
что
conceptions,
достигли,
they
в кавычках,
advertise
достигли
themselves as
вершин
knowers of
спонтанной
transcendental
любви,
mellows, but they do not understand the
являются
transcendental
знатоками
nature of
трансцендентных вкусов,
devotional service.
находящихся с Кришной в супружеских отношениях и так далее. Не имея представления об истинной природе любви к Богу, они принимают свои материальные эмоции за признак высокой духовности. Тем самым они профанируют преданное служение. Пытаясь писать книги о духовной любви, они привносят свои материальные концепции в сферу чистого преданного служения. Под влиянием своих материальных представлений они провозглашают себя знатоками трансцендентных вкусов, хотя на самом деле не понимают трансцендентной природы служения. Надо выключить. Угу. Спасибо. Премера свабхава яхан, премера самбандха, сеймане Кришне мора, нахи према гандха.
Wherever there is a relationship of love of Godhead, its natural symptom is that the devotee does not think himself a devotee. Instead, he always thinks that he has not even a drop of love for Krishna. And so this is the mood of Lord Chaitanya, which is expressed, it was very expressed in him so brightly. Many people told him that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you are Narayana, you are Krishna himself. But Lord Chaitanya never accepted that. He said that I'm a devotee or I'm trying to be a devotee. And when he was told that you are crying in bliss, he said that I'm just exhibiting myself. This is artificial. I don't have love of God. So the love is a very high emotion, high feeling. And the topmost, the top of that feeling, it can be seen only between Radha and Krishna. Lord Chaitanya, he was in this state, showing everyone that it's not so easy to get the love of God. On one hand, it's not so easy, it's not so cheap. And to develop this feeling, one must at first develop the feeling of separation with Krishna. And Radharani played this role when Lord Chaitanya came, and he came in her mood. The feeling was very brightly expressed that he was always in separation. Vira means separation. And then a person can feel how much he loves, how much he has this mood of separation. It means how much. Then he can understand on which level his love is. And when a person, for example, is separated from his close person, how he can understand that if he loves him? He will always think about him. He cries, for example. A child, when he goes away for a long time from parents, and parents, they cry, understanding that this state of separation will bring pain. It's a very unpleasant feeling. For example, in army, when a son goes to the army, the parents are crying, or somewhere he goes. And the Lord, he expressed his separation. The Lord cannot feel he cannot feel his own relationship in this separation, because Krishna is unlimited. He cannot understand himself how big he is. Just imagine what kind of separation it will be. It will be an unlimited separation. It won't be like that, that the separation is ended and everything is fine. No, love will be periodically shaken from this state of separation, and this love will be manifested at that time. And it's impossible to exhibit it just for somebody to see. And Prabhupada gives the example of his spiritual master. He constructively criticizes Prakrita Shasakajis, those who artificially imitate cowherd girls, and they think that they love Krishna and they express different symptoms as if this is an ecstasy, but there is not. This is not love, because Lord Chaitanya says about it: if I had love, I would die. If I had such love, I would die. Why? Because how is it possible to live without the object of love? How to live in this world without seeing the object of your love? It's impossible to live. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had this kind of mood. And Krishna in Vrindavan, he is not like God there for his devotees. Devotees don't look at him like at God. Because people, without understanding how deep relationship with God are, they cannot love him. Even if a person starts to learn about the opulence of God and all his power, all his expansions, a person won't be able to love him because his consciousness is material. And for example, we often hear, God is love, please love God. But when people don't know who he is, and they don't know how to love him, and so people, they can't express this love. Their love may be at maximum that they are just execute their duties before their relatives, before nature, they take care of environment, they go to the temples, and maybe we express our love by this way because we cannot understand who is God and whom we must love. For example, a daughter says to her mother, I am in love, and mother understands, but who you are in love with? Who is this person? Oh, I don't know, in some man, in some guy. Oh, and what is his name? Mom, it doesn't matter actually. I fell in love. No, it's not love. This is not love. Love means we must understand this person, who he is. And therefore, in Vrindavan, devotees, they don't look at Krishna as at God. Because if they see him as God, this love won't be expressed completely. It will be just like it will be saturated with the fear or reverence. And then it will be limited by the respectful fear. For example, a child goes to school because he fears of his parents, so his love is mixed with fear. He loves his parents, and therefore he obeys to them, and therefore he goes to school because parents won't buy him a bicycle, or they will reprimand him, or they will not allow me to be on internet, so I'd better go to school. So this is this kind of love. But this is not love. Love, doesn't have a fear, but fear to lose the object of love. This is the mode of separation, that I'm afraid of losing the object of my love. And therefore I want to think about him always, just not to forget him from my sight. And therefore the dwellers of Vrindavan, they worship the Lord not just not as God. Devotees worship the Lord in a form of Lakshmi-Narayana as to God. Narayana is like Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they worship him in reverence and to Goddess Lakshmi and serve him. This is the mood of Vaikuntha. On the planets of Vaikuntha, they have such mood. But Mother Yashoda, she doesn't look at Krishna like he's God. Otherwise, she won't be able to express her complete love and her ecstatic love to the object of his love, to her child. She looks at him as at her child. She takes care of her. He doesn't want her to worship him. And the whole world worships God, and love is expressed there as just execution of duties. People worship him in material world just to get something afterwards. For example, we went to the temple, we had some ritual, and then we think, like, very good, we just made some prayers there, and after that people go out and they feel some kind of relief, the feeling of that their duty is executed. Now we have some other businesses, we have to go to the family, the God is very merciful, now he will give me something because I'm in the morning I prayed to him, or I had some kind of praise. So this love is a little, has a mixture of exploitation, because I want something I want to take something from God, and there is no notion of this original form of Govinda, of Krishna. Oh Govinda, every moment in separation with you is like an eternity for me. What this kind of prayer, and Lord Chaitanya pronounced, I cannot see you in separation, how can I live? And if I'm still living, it means that I forgot you and I'm engaged in something else, which is distracting me from remembering you. Because if I again will start think about you, I will feel bad again. Again, I will feel this separation, this painful separation. People sometimes they feel they try to find something for distraction because the separation just intolerable. But the mind is impossible to drag away from thinking about Krishna. Radharani told about it. I would like to think about something else, but I cannot help thinking about Krishna because the object of love just is in my heart. And also Srila Prabhupada says that if we don't have this mood of separation, of this intense separation, there is no such attachment to Krishna, even we don't think about him constantly. Prabhupada says that we are not perfect devotees, but we have to aspire for this perfection. Sometimes devotees say that we are not devotees, and it's good when it is supported by their behavior, and we can see that he is not just saying that I'm not a devotee. We can see that in this person inside he develops the love of God. He just may say that I don't love Krishna because I don't serve enough. And these are rare devotees. If a devotee says that I'm not a devotee, often it is said for just to relieve ourselves, just to distract ourselves, not to think about of Krishna. We can just do something else for ourselves. We can enjoy our senses. We can do it without Krishna, because I already said that I'm not a devotee. Everyone knows that I'm not a devotee, so no one will blame you that you are doing some rubbish. And if somebody will told us that why are you not serving, I may just answer that I'm not a devotee. I've already said that to everyone. So don't wait something from me that I will exhibit some devotional emotions. This is not a perfection of devotional service. We have to aspire for that. We have to desire the feeling of separation. We have to desire this feeling, to feel how much am I devoted. Am I developing in spiritual life? This is the criteria. If I have this feeling of separation with Krishna, if I ever had this feeling of separation, if my tears are flowing from my eyes from separation, if my tears are not flowing, then my heart is an iron of material desires. This way devotee can understand, and he knows that now I must find some medicine. This is his business, symbolically speaking. He is interested very much in this, because the life is so short, and I cannot spend my life on some nonsense. So many times I tried to make my life comfortable, but everything I found, for example, an apartment, a house. I built it myself some house. I bought a car, and now I need an opposite sex, a male or female, doesn't matter. And I was achieving to this all my life, and I have all this. And what's next? Food, sleep, sex, and comfort again, and all the same again. Okay, let's change the house, let's change an apartment, let's change the car, let's change the wife or husband, or a job. Why? Okay, we have changed everything. Now everything new. So what's next? Now we can eat something, and then we can sleep, have sex, and then again to make some comfort zone around us, to travel somewhere to Canary Islands or somewhere else. So what's next? Okay, I came back home, everything again, the food, and I have to work for that. Again, I have to sleep, and I have to watch the computer or TV. I have to find an opposite sex. So everything is the same again and again. And in spiritual life, we also try to disguise our material desires. We think that I will build a house to worship God, and I will buy a car also to go to the temple. This is a deceit. I will have a good wife just to enjoy myself, to enjoy pure sex, religious sex, only with my wife and no one else. I have a body, and my body will force me to do it, because I don't have a love of Krishna. If you, as Prabhupada said, if you don't love God, you will love dog. And this is not love. This is not love. Yudhishthira Maharaja, he saw Arjuna, who came back from Dwaraka. Arjuna, what happened with you? Arjuna couldn't even say a word. He couldn't answer anything. He just tried to put himself together. Yudhishthira, he was just thinking, because his consciousness couldn't work in this material dynamics. And seeing brother, he doesn't feel any happiness. He was just trying to put himself together. Oh, this is my home. This is my brother Yudhishthira. He will ask me something, and I have to try and listen to him. And Yudhishthira understands that Arjuna won't say anything. Arjuna, what happened to you? What happened? Maybe you just you didn't make you didn't defend women or children. Maybe you didn't perform your dharma. What did you do? Maybe you did something wrong. Maybe you did something wrong. Or maybe you lost Krishna. And Arjuna just said yes. Yes, Krishna left us. Krishna is gone from this world, and I cannot live now. I don't know what to do. This is the love of separation. When the object of love is gone, Arjuna cannot do anything. Gandiva is not interested. For him, it became so heavy because all his power was gone with Krishna. All his prana was gone out of him, and he, some coward men, they beated him and took away the wives of Dwaraka, which he had to protect. And he couldn't do anything because the one who was killing great warriors like Bhishma, Karna, he was the most powerful warrior in the world, and he couldn't oppose coward men. And he said that I cannot live now. And Yudhishthira, he got this mood also because he's a pure devotee. He was infected by this mood and said, Arjuna, we have to go. So we have to leave everything behind and go. There is no meaning in our life now. There is no purpose of life now. All this kingdom, all this wealth, all this power. For whom is this? Why is it? Why do we need this? So now we have to call Bhima, Nakula and Sahadeva in. We just have to go away. There is no sense in life. There is no meaning in life. This is devotion. And as long we don't have such devotion, for whom we live? For whom? For the Lord, for the highest object of love. If we don't have such mood, then we don't have devotion. We're just trying to cultivate the devotion. This is not a mature devotion. We are still sick. We are still in the quarantine of this material world, and the laws of karma, they won't let us go from this world until we develop this love. This is the injection. This is the antidote. This separation of God. This is the mood that Lord Chaitanya had. O Govinda, every moment in separation from you is like eternity. The tears, like rain, are flowing from my eyes. You say, okay, the torrents of rain is unreal, but this is real. Look at children. Look at children. If a children is crying, if he lost something, or somebody hurted him, or he didn't get what he wanted, he is crying, and the tears does not like drops, but like torrents of rain, because he sincerely lost something precious he lost. And the whole world has become like a desert for me. The whole world is a desert. It's This is the prayer of Lord Chaitanya, and he is in the mood of Srimati Radharani. He is in the topmost of his feelings. Why he came in such form? Because this mood will enliven all of us. We need the most powerful medicine. The simple medicines, they won't be appropriate for us. Just to wash our hands, some antiseptic or something else, it's not a guarantee. Look how many people are washing hands, but every day they get infected. Thousands of people, they get infected every day now. It won't help like that. Of course, we need to do it. Of course, we have to wash our hands, or we can try to do it, but it's not enough. We still are not safe. This is the material world. In every corner we have some seductions which can distract us from Krishna, and then in our separation is now expressed as a separation from sense enjoyments, I am separated from my enjoyments, and I will try to achieve that enjoyment because it's impossible to live without alcohol, for example. And I miss alcohol so much, I cannot live without it. Therefore, I will do anything to get that alcohol. And people, they go to shops and they buy it, or maybe they go to somebody else to drink. But they got this, and see how determined they are. I remember that years of the USSR, when the alcohol was prohibited. I was a young boy. I didn't drink it, but I thought, where people are running, and they're saying, oh, now the shop will be open, and for some time it will be sold. And such a crowds were in these shops. People had such a love of separation with alcohol. They do anything to get it. Then this feeling of separation goes in this way. If you won't direct this emotion to Krishna, we will have to direct it to sense enjoyment. We will achieve it in all ways. Look at the drug addicts. They are just becoming crazy. They kill, they steal to get their drugs. They have this kind of determination. Their love of separation goes in that way if it's not directed to Krishna. And Lord Chaitanya comes in this form to give us the most powerful virus of love of Krishna, to give it to everyone, to give this injection which will help us to remember who is God and why we are living in this world. What is the value of this? And the value is expressed in the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya when he says that, please tell me here in my ear, pour something which will remind me about Krishna, remind me about this mood. He asks, I need this mood because if I don't have this mood, the other mood will come. Another mood of doing my dharma will come. The mood of earning the money, it will be the most important separation for me, the separation from money. And therefore Lord Chaitanya says, tell me, Ramananda Rai, tell me without stopping, tell me more. He asked this way, and this way he preserved his mood. Therefore, Krishna Bhagavad Gita, he also says about this, think about me, meditate on me, do something for me, worship me, serve me, bow down before me, feed me, do yoga for me, study philosophy for me. And then you won't be contaminated with sin, because you will do everything for me. Whatever you do for me, I will accept it if you do it with love. This mood is, of course, of Lord Chaitanya is of a very high level, and how a devotee in this world will be able to support this mood and how to progress. We need devotion. And to get this devotion, Rupa Goswami, he gives you this medicine. And Lord Chaitanya was writing by the hand of Rupa Goswami. He was writing everything. Everything was under the control of Lord Chaitanya, because Rupa Goswami is a devotee of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is his spiritual master. And when a disciple is pure, and his intentions and motives are pure, and his thoughts are just about spiritual master, then spiritual master can be manifested through him. And this way, Lord Chaitanya, through the Rupa Goswami, was writing down all the rules. He blessed him. And Rupa Goswami, he wrote this thesis about love, how to develop this love, the nectar of devotion, the nectar of instructions.
является лекарством для нас.
Upadeshamrita is also a medicine for us.
И там эти 6
And these
проявлений,
6
которые преданный должен
manifestations of
культивировать. 6
love which
проявлений
devotee has
любви,
to
где любовь
cultivate.
культивироваться будет. Она должна культивироваться,
Love
эта
must be
любовь. Ее
cultivated.
нельзя ждать, когда она придет
We
где-то откуда-то
shouldn't
свалится
wait
на
it.
нас, как
It
это
won't
привычно
fall on
делать в
us
материальном
as
мире.
it is
Давайте
done in
подождем.
material world. Oh, let's wait.
Иногда не нужно ждать,
Sometimes we
нужно идти
shouldn't wait.
навстречу.
We need to go
Навстречу
forward.
этим всем приключениям, где
We have
проявится эта
to
любовь.
go forward
И
to
Рупа
all these
Госвами говорит,
adventures where the
мы
love will be
только один пункт
manifested.
разберем, очень
And
важный.
we will
Он
just speak
двойной.
about
Их
one
6, но их
item.
если
There are
разделить
6
на по
items,
2, то их
but if
3,
we
потому что они
separate them in
взаимозаменяемые.
2, they will
И
be
мы
3.
разберем
And we will
пункт,
speak
который
about
позволяет нам
the item which will allow
проявлять вот
us to
этот
manifest
интерес.
this interest.
Мы должны быть
We have to
заинтересованы
be
прям сильно.
interested very much.
Это тот момент, когда
This
мы
is
открываем сердце.
when we open our heart.
Когда Рамананда Рай
When
открывал
Ramananda Rai
сердце,
opened
Господь
his
Чайтанья
heart,
так
Lord
внимательно
Chaitanya was
слушал
listening so
и входил в это
attentively,
блаженство.
and he was entering into that bliss.
Открывать сердце, то есть
To
делиться
open the
о
heart and to
сокровенном.
share something
Именно о сокровенном.
confidential,
И это надо делать с
just about
преданными.
confidential, and we should
Потому
do
что
it with
не у
devotees,
преданных
because
сокровенные
non-devotees,
вещи имеют материальный оттенок,
their
материальный вкус, и
confidential
это для
things, they have
преданного
a
яд.
material shade, and these
Если кто-то
material
делится
shades
о
are
вкусах
is a
материальных,
poison for
это
a
яд.
devotee.
Он
If somebody is
проникает в наше
sharing his
сознание
material
и
mood, this
уничтожает наш
poison
маленький
goes into our
росток любви к Богу.
consciousness and it destroys
Любовь
our
к
creeper of
материи–
love
это
of
яд.
God.
Это
Love
тот
of
самый вирус,
materia
который
is
входит
a
из
virus, is a
вдыхаемого ушами.
poison. It
Впечатляемся
goes
этим
into our
всем. И
ears,
он проникает во все
and
чувства, этот яд
it goes in
материального вот
our
этого существования.
feelings,
И
the
потом мы
poison
думаем,
of this
почему
material
меня
existence,
тянет
and
к
then we think,
материи?
why am I
Почему мне так
dragging
охота
into
комфорта материального?
into matter?
Почему мне охота
Why I
материальных
want
наслаждений?
to be
Я как-то и не
comfortable?
против так в
Why shouldn't?
принципе.
Why
Как-то
is
нормально
it
это все. Почему?
attractive for me?
Потому что этот яд
Because this
заполнил наше
poison
сознание,
filled our
попал в
consciousness.
ложное
It
эго.
got
И
into our
ложное
false
эго
ego, and
говорит, что вот
false
это
ego
то,
says,
что тебе
okay,
нужно.
this is what you want, this is
Поэтому
what you
преданный
need.
боится
Therefore, devotee is
общаться
afraid
с
of communicating with
материалистичным сознанием.
materialistic
Он
consciousness.
боится этого, потому
He's
что этот
afraid
яд
of this because this
уничтожит всю его
poison will
духовную жизнь.
destroy his spiritual life.
Поэтому делиться о
Therefore, we
сокровенном
have
и
to
слушать
share something
сокровенное
confidential and
преданные
hear
должны
something
только с
confidential.
преданными,
Devotees must
либо
only
с
with
теми, кто только
devotees
начинает
or
этот
with
путь
the
преданности, у него
beginners
уже есть
and
какие-то
those who
маленькие
begin the
реализации.
spiritual life, and
К
this person
примеру,
has some little
преимущество
realizations. The
этого марафона,
example
который был,
of
как все
this marathon,
участники были
where all
поглощены играми
participants
Господа
were
Чайтаньи,
absorbing into the
были
pastimes of Lord
поглощены, когда мы
Chaitanya.
читали Шримад
They
Бхагаватам,
were
играми
absorbed
Кришны.
with pastimes
И
of
их
Krishna when we
реализации,
read
они в этом
Srimad
ключе, в этом
Bhagavatam,
срезе.
and all realizations were
Реализации не делятся реализациями.
in this topic, and people were sharing their
Почему эта
realizations.
функция есть в
And
нашем
why
марафоне
we have
делиться
this function
реализациями?
of
Это не
sharing
то, что мы
realizations? It
делаем,
doesn't mean that
организатор это делает, чтобы себя
we
как-то,
do it for
прославить,
advertisement
вот
or
посмотрите, чего
for
мы
glorifying
достигли, вот люди
ourselves,
делятся, вот это
that
мы
people are
все. Это
sharing.
иллюзия.
No, this is
Мы не
illusion.
для этого это делали.
We made it not
Сейчас
for
нужно
that.
попробовать узреть, зачем это
Try to
делается.
see why we
Это
are
на
doing
благо
this.
мира.
This is for the good
И это
of
на
the
благо
whole
мира
world
делалось, и на благо тех
and for the
участников,
good of all
которые
participants
проходили этот марафон,
who
пробегали
were
его. Это для них только
participating in
делалось.
this marathon. It is for
Когда
them.
человек делится
When a person
реализацией,
shares his realizations,
он занимается
he
преданным служением,
actually
потому что выполняет
serving. This is
наставление Рупа
devotional service
Госвами.
because
А если вы
he
выполняете
fulfills the
наставление
instruction of
чистого
Rupa
преданного, а
Goswami.
Рупа
And
Госвами
when
чистый
Rupa
преданный,
Goswami is a pure
то
devotee,
в
and
этот
if you
момент Шрила
execute
Прабхупада
the
говорит, чистый
instructions of a
преданный.
pure devotee,
Пока мы
in this
выполняем
moment,
наставление чистого
Srila
преданного, мы
Prabhupada
чистые
says
преданные, он говорит.
that in this moment we are also becoming pure
Итак,
devotees.
когда мы делились
So when we were
реализациями,
sharing our realizations,
еще один момент важный.
another important
Кто нас
thing,
слушает?
who was listening to us?
Кто слушает нашу
Who was
реализацию?
listening to our realization?
Если эту
If
реализацию
this
слушает
realization is
непреданный,
heard by non-devotee,
то тогда мы мало чего
then
получим от
we
этого.
won't get anything from that.
Потому что тот человек,
Because
который будет
that
слушать
person
нас,
who will
он
be
не поймет
listening to
ничего.
us, he won't understand anything.
И он скажет,
And he will say,
о чем вы говорите.
what are you
Поэтому
talking
преданный
about?
открывает сердце
So
только
therefore,
преданному.
devotees, they open their hearts only to devotees.
И когда мы делимся
And when we're
реализациями,
sharing our
сейчас я
realizations,
не про себя говорю,
I'm
но
not
про
speaking
сам
about
принцип.
myself, I'm just speaking about the
Когда мы делимся
principle.
реализациями
And when we do that, who understand what we're talking about, who understands what our spiritual master said, please give an opportunity to all participants the opportunity to share their realizations. And I tried to understand his intention, because spiritual master never will say something in vain. There is some secret of spiritual growth. When we share realizations with devotees, and devotees in that time is progressing because he also is engaged in a pure devotional service to Rupa Goswami. He fulfills his instruction to hear the confidential topics. One thing is to share realizations. This is also the instruction of Rupa Goswami. And another instruction is to hear such confidential realizations. So we allow devotees to be engaged in devotional service, in pure devotional service. Rupa Goswami says, listen to confidential things. If we do it, we fulfill his instructions. And this way we progress. And when we hear somebody who is sharing his realizations, we allow this person to progress spiritually because we are listening to him, and we will give him an opportunity to be engaged in devotional service. And this way devotee must open their hearts to each other. And another important thing, to be sincere and to wait anything in exchange. We have to have this pure friendship, selfless friendship. As Prabhupada says, there are different kinds of friendship. Oh, this is my friend. Oh, we're just living closely to each other. This is just my friend, but this is not a real friendship. If we are waiting from our friends, this is not a friendship. Krishna says, I am Suhridam. Hridaya means a heartly friend, a friend of heart, the closest friend. And this friendship, this real friendship, Suhrid, it means I don't wait anything in exchange. And this selfless state, it awakens bhakti inside of us, because bhakti is based on selfless service. We serve because we love to serve. This is the nature of love, to serve. This is the nature of the soul. It is her favorite business. If she do it selflessly, we achieve perfection, and we can feel the highest bliss, and the soul will stimulate this love. I want to serve selflessly, and this state will awaken this separation in our heart. We need to feel, we need to ask Krishna, please purify my heart so that I could feel this love to you. I want to feel this love, otherwise I will just fall into this ocean of material existence. Please give me the separation. This is what devotee wants. We all want happiness, and we all want to get relief and satisfaction in this world. Everyone is aspiring only for that, and we're always thinking how to be peaceful. Please don't show us these bombs, these politics. When you're trying to do something, don't show us some catastrophes. We want to be peaceful. We don't want bad weather. We want to live. We want shanti. Please don't shout anyone. We want peace. We don't want any depression. Everyone is searching for shanti But it's
Не
impossible.
полюбив Кришну, мы всегда
Without
будем в
love of
тревогах.
Krishna, we will always
До
be
тех пор, пока
anxious.
человек не
Until a
умиротворится
person
внутри, а это только можно только
won't be
тогда,
peaceful inside,
достичь этого можно только тогда,
and we
когда мы
can
полюбим Кришну,
we
тогда
can
наше ум
reach
успокоится.
that peace only
Пока
when
мы
we
не
love
полюбим
Krishna.
Бога,
Without love for
мы
God,
будем
we will
беспокоиться,
be
потому что это
anxious all
мир
the time,
тревог,
because this is
кунтха.
the world is
Материальный мир,
full of
мир тревог, мир
anxieties. It
беспокойств,
means
мир
kuntha.
депрессий,
This is the world of
мир
depression,
сотрясений.
the world of
Йоги
earthquakes.
медитируют, они
Yogi are
умиротвориться хотят.
meditating, they want to get
И
peaceful.
как у них это получается?
And how do
Они
they
Бога в
achieve
сердце
that?
начинают
They
видеть и
start to
умиротворяются.
see the Lord
И все, им
in
тогда
their
неинтересно,
hearts,
что
and
там
then they
происходит
become
вокруг.
peaceful, and then they are not interested of
Поэтому мы должны
what's happening
научиться
outside.
любить Кришну.
So we'll have to learn to love Krishna.
Это секрет.
This is the secret,
И никак иначе.
and in
Только
no
полюбив
way,
Кришну, мы
no
успокоимся.
way.
Пока мы
There
его
is
не
no other
будем,
way. We won't
пытаться
become
понимать, как
peaceful
полюбить его, мы
without it.
будем в беспокойстве.
In all other
И пусть
ways,
это
we will be
беспокойство,
anxious.
пусть оно на
And
Кришне
may
будет
this
сосредоточено.
anxiety be
По крайней
concentrated
мере,
on
мы в это время
Krishna. At
прогрессируем.
least at that
Об
time,
этом
we will
молит
progress.
мать Кунти, царица
Mother
Кунти.
Queen
Она
Kunti
говорит,
was
что
praying
мне
about
нужны
that.
беспокойства,
She said
потому
that
что когда
I
их
need these
нету, я о
anxieties
тебе не
because
думаю.
when I don't have these
А как
anxieties, I
только они
don't think
появляются, я
about you.
зову тебя,
But when
Кришна,
I have
Кришна,
anxieties,
помоги.
I'm calling for you. Krishna,
И Кришна
please help me. And
появляется.
Krishna
И
appears.
пусть эти проблемы
And
идут,
may
и мы
these
говорим,
problems will come.
пусть они приходят
May these
одна за
problems
другой,
will come up one after another,
потому что они помогают
because
мне
they
думать о тебе.
help me to think
И так
about
я не
you.
бесполезно
And this
проживаю
way,
жизнь.
my life is meaningful.
Итак, пока мы не полюбим
And so,
Кришну,
until we love
мы не
Krishna,
успокоимся в
we
этом мире.
won't become
Ничто нас
peaceful
не
in this world.
успокоит.
Nothing will make
Ни
us
деньги,
peaceful.
ни
No
богатства
money,
какие-то,
no
ни
wealth,
власть,
no
ни
power,
престиж,
no
ни
prestige,
комфорт
no
какой-то, ни чувственное
comfort,
наслаждение не
no sensual
успокоит наш ум.
enjoyment. They won't
Временно,
pacify
может
our
быть,
mind.
чуть-чуть,
Maybe
но
just
это обман.
temporarily, but
Мы
this
сами
is
себя
illusion.
обманываем.
We are just fooling ourselves.
Это подобно тому,
This
как
is
человек
like a
думает,
person
ну вот сейчас
thinks,
я
oh, now
покушаю, и все,
I
я
will
до
eat,
конца жизни
and
счастлив буду.
then I will be
Да
happy
нет, ты
till the end of
покушаешь,
my
через
life.
1,5-2
No,
месяца ты опять
after 2 hours
проголодаешься,
you will
опять будешь
again
искать.
want to eat.
Пока мы не полюбим
Until
Кришну,
we love Krishna,
мы будем в тревогах,
we will be
мы
in
будем несчастны
anxiety,
здесь,
we will be unhappy here,
мы будем несчастны.
we will be
Поэтому это
unhappy.
главная цель
And therefore,
человека,
this is the
это
main
главная
purpose,
заповедь во всех
the
священных
main,
писаниях, во всех
the,
традициях.
the main
Полюбить
instruction in all
Бога,
religions to
развить
love
любовь к
God,
Нему.
to
И
develop
как
love
это
of
сделать?
Him.
Надо
And how to
скучать,
do it, we have to
надо
miss
скучать
Him.
по Нему,
We have to
узнавать о
miss
Нем.
God. We
И для
have to
этого нужно
learn
понять,
about
что
Him.
Он наш друг,
Then we have to
что
understand
самый
that He
лучший
is
друг.
our best
Сухридам,
friend,
Сарвабхутамам, я в
Sukhridam.
сердце всех нахожусь.
He is in the heart of
В сердце не
everyone.
просто Сухридам, это
Sukhridam,
усиливает эту,
it
как бы
means an
дружбу, как
intense
дружеские
friendship,
отношения с Кришной.
intense relationship
Сарвабхутанам,
with
всем живым
Krishna.
существам друг,
He is friend of all
сердечный друг.
living beings,
И мы должны откликнуться
and
на
we
его вот
have
это
to
настроение.
reply
Для
to
этого
his
нужно как
mood.
минимум
And
оценить,
for that, we
как его
have to
дружба
estimate,
проявляется к нам.
we have to see his friendship
В спокойном состоянии
when
сознания,
we are peaceful
обладая знанием, хоть
and having the
каким-то
knowledge, at
небольшим,
least some knowledge,
простым,
maybe
что для
simple
нас
knowledge,
этот друг делает,
what
как он
his
проявляет
friend
свою
is doing
дружбу
for
и свою
us,
любовь, и
how
вот
is
эту
he
доброжелательность к
manifested
нам, как отец,
for us.
как самое близкое
We
живое
need to
существо.
see
Что он для нас
what
делает?
is he doing for us.
Надо изучить,
We have to
научно
study
изучить.
Scientifically.
Научно, санхья-йога
Sankhya
помогает
Yoga
научно
is
понять,
helping to
что
understand
Кришна
it
для нас
scientifically.
делает.
What is Krishna doing for
Создает
us?
материальный мир,
He makes a material
создает
world.
обитель,
He makes an abode
где
for us,
живое
where a
существо
living
будет
entity
наслаждать свои прихоти, свои желания.
will enjoy and fulfill his
Как родитель
desires. As a
смотрит на ребенка и
parent
думает,
looks at the
как бы мне
child and
сделать,
thinks,
чтобы он был счастлив.
how can I make him happy?
И начинает
And
делать,
starts to do something,
огораживает какую-то
to
территорию,
give him some
туда игрушки
area,
кладет,
then put some
всякие
toys,
погремушки, сам там
and
находится.
also
И
he
ребенок
present
видит,
there.
что
And the
мама
child
здесь,
sees
папа
everything
здесь,
that my
игрушки
parents are
здесь,
here and
все
toys are
играть
here,
можно,
and I can
счастливый,
play,
все,
and he's
еда есть,
happy,
молоко есть.
I have
Все, он
food.
счастлив. Почему? Проявили
And
любовь к
he's
нему.
happy because the love is
И он
manifested for
чувствует эту
him,
любовь.
and he feels his
И эту
love.
любовь также может
And
дать.
also he can
И вот
give this
Кришна,
love.
он для
And
нас
Krishna
создает
for
все.
us, he creates
Территорию какую-то,
everything.
вот
He
Вселенную
gives
нас
us the
огородил.
area, this
Вселенную.
universe.
В этой Вселенной он
And this
создал
universe he
14
created
уровней.
14 levels of planets.
Низшие, высшие планеты.
Highest
Каждому этому ребенку вот эту
and
погремушку
lowest
дал.
planets
Пусть будет там кем-то
gave everyone different
повелителем
toys.
каких-то стихий.
Somebody can be a demigod, somebody is a king, somebody is a road sweeper, somebody will be an ag. And he put everyone in their place. You will sing, you will dance, you will be mystic, you will be a yogi, you will be a sage, you will be an animal, a person. He gave everyone, he fulfilled everyone's desires. Okay, if you're a dog, you have to have 4 legs and also a tail and also a teeth and everything, and then you'll be happy. And for a bird, you need wings, you need a big wings because you want to fly high. And so you didn't want to fly high. Okay, you please, you be a sparrow. Look, he gave to everyone some idyllic conditions, and he gives an air for us to breathe. So give out these lungs to air. And okay, I will breathe instead of you because you cannot breathe yourself. And I give you a false ego so that you could think that you do it yourself. And I will give you an eyes so you could see. And I will create different forms so that you could see it. And I will also see instead of you. And I will give you an understanding that you are seeing something. But you are sleeping as a soul. You are just dreaming. You see the dream. And I will give you water, and I will give you food, and also I give you everything, the sorrows and happinesses. This way, the Lord loves us, and He gives us associates and our houses and so on. But people don't give anything in exchange to Him because they think that everything happened just coincidentally, and everything is just because of me. This is avidya, this is ignorance. No knowledge. People don't have knowledge because therefore Srila Prabhupada says that the highest form of charity is to give them knowledge so that they could learn, and after that they will be able to love. The problem is that the majority traditions, they don't have this knowledge about love of God, and therefore they cannot love Him. Therefore Prabhupada says, please give them knowledge. Everyone can stay in their traditions, in their religions. This is their guna karma. And this is normal. This is also a medicine. As Prabhupada said, it's better to have a blind uncle than no uncle. So at least some traditions people must have. But now you have to add knowledge there. And then people, they will be able to love God. Without knowledge about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it's impossible to love Him. A person will be always in deficiency, and he wouldn't understand whom must he love. Because this is the nature of love, to love someone. So may this love be directed to the object of love who creates everything for me, who is in my heart. This is what we should aspire for. We have to be purified and to develop the separation of love. If I don't see him, I'm in separation with him. If I don't understand him, I'm also in separation with him. And we have to manifest this separation in our heart. And Krishna will answer to this prayer. He will answer. If we want to love him, he will answer. Because he is our close friend. He fulfills all our desires from the beginning of the world. So may this desire will be fulfilled. So this is the medicine that we should take always. So that we could help people, we must be healthy ourselves. This material virus must go away from us, and for that we have to love Krishna. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. Only chanting of the holy names of the Lord. Only chanting of the holy names of the Lord. Only chanting of the holy names of the Lord. We have to call him. And this way heart is purified. And then we will be able to feel separation. So Today we had a class or like that.
общение произошло или происходит еще. Я думаю, что у нас должно остаться время
I think we
на
will have time
вопросы.
for questions.
Итак, эти 8 стихов Шикшаштаки
So these 8
являются
verses
нашим
of
самым
Siksastaka
главным
are
лекарством.
our main medicine.
Должны пить его, это
We have to
лекарство,
take this
каждый
medicine
день.
every day.
Преданные, которые развили
Devotees
любовные
who
отношения
develop loving relationship
с Кришной,
with Krishna
никогда не
will
считает себя
never think
преданным.
himself a
Таков этот стих.
devotee. This is the verse.
Он не считает себя преданным, если он развил
He doesn't
эту
think
любовь к
himself a
Кришне.
devotee if he has a love
Но
of
думает, что у
Godhead.
него нет даже капли любви к
He
Кришне,
thinks
поэтому он
that
не
he hasn't
преданный.
even a drop of love
Я
for
пытаюсь,
Krishna.
конечно, им быть.
I'm trying
Но
to
так
be
как
a
нет
devotee,
любви,
but
я не
since I
могу
don't
сказать,
have
что я
love, I
преданный.
cannot say that I'm a devotee.
Преданный — это тот, кто
A devotee
культивирует
is the
любовь,
one
кто
who
стремится к
cultivates
этой
the
любви.
love, who
Это преданный.
aspires for this love. This is a devotee.
Итак, давайте
So
медитировать на
let's
эти
meditate on these
8 стихов
8
Господа
verses
Читания.
of the
Каждый
Lord
стих,
Chaitanya.
который является
Each
особым,
verse is a
особым, ценным,
special
ценной гранью
value,
этого
the
алмаза
special
или
aspect
бриллианта,
of this
этого
diamond.
наставления Господа Читания.
And
И прямо с самого начала,
from the
это
very
дарпанам, с
beginning,
самого начала очищение сердца от
the
грязи,
purifying of
скопившись
our
за долгие
heart
годы,
from
гасить,
the
ну, этот
dirt.
пожар, надо погасить этот пожар
And we
внутри.
need to
Его
nullify
надо
this
погасить
fire.
просто. И стих за стихом
And
преданный
verse
должен
after
погружаться,
verse,
читать, изучать.
we have
И
to go
постепенно,
deep
постепенно так
into them
разовьет
and to
любовь
absorb
к
into
Кришне
them, and
и
gradually
станет
we will
совершенным
develop the
слугой
love of
Господа.
Krishna and become a perfect servant of the Lord.
Хорошо, давайте мы
Okay, if we'll have
переключимся в
some questions.
формат вопросов-ответов. Как не узнать, кто-то будет задавать их? И что? По WhatsApp, это мне его надо включить сейчас, да? Говинда Вирахенами. Так, а кто высылает мне их? Если святое имя
If
не
a holy
отлично
name
от
is
Кришны и
non-different from
содержит в
Krishna
себе
and
все
has
энергии,
all energies,
то почему Господь
so why
Чайтанья
Lord
испытывал
Chaitanya
разлуку?
felt separation?
Как повторять святое имя?
How
Мы можем
can we
звать Кришну.
call for Krishna
Как
chanting the
повторяя
holy
святое
name?
имя, можем звать Кришну. Как говорит Шрила Прабхупада,
As
как
Srila
маленький
Prabhupada
ребенок
says,
зовет
as a
свою мать.
small child is calling
И
for
при
his
этом
mother.
помнить, что
And
святое
remember
имя не
that the holy
отлично от
name
него.
is non-different from him.
И то, что
And
повторяя
that
святое имя,
chanting the
мы
holy name,
обращаемся к
we are
Кришне,
addressing
Кришна,
Krishna.
что Он присутствует
That,
рядом. Тут
and
несколько вопросов сразу
there are several
в одном
questions
вопросе.
in one.
Ну, давайте попробуем
Okay, let's try.
По очереди как-то. Если святое имя не отлично от Кришны и
If a
содержит в
holy name
себе
is not
все
different from
энергии, то
Krishna and
почему
has
Господь
all
Чайтанья
energies, so
испытывал
why Lord
разлуку?
Chaitanya felt separation?
Он для нас это показывает.
And he
пришел
showed it
показать
for
пример.
us. He came to give
И у
an
нас-то точно
example.
нету этого
We
ничего.
don't have
И
this.
даже Господь Чайтанья,
Even
находясь на
Lord
таком
Chaitanya,
уровне,
being on that
показывает,
level, shows,
все энергии есть, да,
yes,
но
there
они
are all
не
energies,
запущены. Это как у
but
нас. У нас тоже все энергии
we also
присутствуют
have
Господа.
all energies of
Но
God.
почему-то мы
But
болеем,
somehow we
что
get
печень
ill,
разваливается,
our
почки,
liver is
селезенки,
sick, and so
мочеточники,
on.
зрение теряется, что
We
там
lose our
слух теряется,
sight,
зубы
and
выпадают.
our
Хотя все
teeth are
энергии в нас
falling,
есть,
although we have all energies.
они не проявлены
But they are not
просто.
manifested.
Мы не используем их.
We don't use them.
Господь Чайтанья
Lord
играет роль
Chaitanya
преданного, он не
played the
играет
role of
роль
a
Бога.
devotee, not
Он играет роль
not
преданного.
God.
Это значит,
It
он
means
находится в
that
материальном мире
he
здесь,
is
и
in
он хочет
material world
показать
and he
нам,
wants to show us
показать, что нужно
that we
звать Кришну.
need to
Здесь
call for
второй вопрос
Krishna.
к
This
этому.
is the
Мы
second
сейчас будем
question.
разбираться.
This is the second question.
Разлука –
Separation
это не что-то плохое. Разлука – это то,
Separation is not something bad. Actually, it maintains the life in a devotee. It is also an energy. And there are material energy, there is a spiritual energy, but Lord Chaitanya is in a material world, and he is showing us the example for materialists. Why are you sick? Because you don't feel separation, you don't love Krishna. Although you have this in potentially, you have this energy. But why don't you manifest it to Krishna? Because you manifest it to Maya. You're in separation with Maya. Therefore, you're searching for sensual enjoyments. You have this energy, you have Krishna. There are many questions, even in one question. How should we chant Mahamantra and at the same time call for Krishna? As a small child is calling for his mother. And to remember that the holy name is non-different from Krishna. And that chanting the holy name, we are associating with Krishna. He is near from us. How? You can just call Krishna. Krishna, where are you? Come here, come to me. This way we are calling for Krishna. Why he's not coming for him? Because we are calling for him just as we call our servant. Oh, please come here and serve me. This is why we are calling him. Why are we calling for Krishna? Because there is in the Shastra said that you must call him, but Krishna doesn't need Shastra. He won't come. We are calling him. Krishna can ask that you are calling me just because Shastra says that. Everyone say that we should call for you. But why? No, to fulfill my desires. No, I won't come for that. Maya will fulfill your desires. Why are you calling for me? And Srila Prabhupada give here an example that you must call for Krishna just as like a child calls for a mother. There is a very important element that we have to add, that it will give an answer. Prabhupada said that not just a small child is calling for his mother. A small child may just call for his mother like that. Mama, mama, what do you want? Give me a candy. Go and take it. No, I just want you to give me. Okay, take that in the kitchen. So the child is also calling for mother. I cannot sleep without you. Okay, call for her father. And so on. This is also a call, but mama won't come. And this small thing is very important. Prabhupada says that a child calls mother who has lost his mother from his side. This is a different mood. When a small child has lost his mother, just imagine how he will call for her mother. He won't just say, "Oh, mother, where are you?" Once it was, I think, about 10 years ago. It happened in Barnaul or in Biysk, in that places. I was standing and waiting for a bus on the bus station. And I was chanting Mahamantra. And I was thinking about this mood, that I have to call for Krishna just like a child who lost his mother. I couldn't understand what is it. And I forgot about it and just was chanting about this Mahamantra. I didn't feel any taste, I was just like a parrot. I was watching what's happening around. So the buses are here, people are here, just as usual, just everyone, just watching everything around. So we're just on a mental level. I was chanting, I was thinking that I'm doing something wrong. And how should I chant in a correct way? What does it mean to call for mother? And just imagine, and in that second, when I was starting to think about it for the second time, after the bus, there is a child came running. I don't remember if it's a boy or a girl, maybe 4 years old or 5 years old. And he's running and shouting, "Mother!" And he's shouting and crying. And people, what's happening? Who is this child? Whose is this child? And he's crying and shouting like anything. And the whole bus station was anxious because of this child. And I was thinking, Krishna, this is you're showing me. How should I cry for you? He's searching for his mother. On this way you should search for me, and this way you should cry. Mother, where are you? Where is my candy? No, it was fearful to see that scene. All the bus station was anxious to pacify him. Just one small child. He shook all the people around. And if you just add this moment that you should call for Krishna like a child who lost his mother. This is what it is meant here. Then you will understand. Krishna may say that I'm sitting in your heart for a long time. I already came to you. You come to me. Then we will feel Krishna, then we will feel the holy name, that it is not manifested from Krishna. And when we just simply, yesterday devotees showed me a short video where a parrot is chanting Mahamantra. Not just chanting, he's singing Mahamantra. Just like a kirtan he is singing. And also climbing on his cell. At first I started to laugh. What an interesting parrot here. He's chanting Mahamantra. And he's chanting and chanting and singing Hare Krishna fully, complete Mahamantra, every word. And at some moment I was just laughing, even with tears. And at the second I felt so painful and sad because I saw myself that I am sometimes chanting like this parrot. And why is he chanting now? Because in his past life he was like me. I was just chanting like a parrot unconsciously. And now he is born as a parrot in a cell. And he's chanting not happily. He doesn't. He's not. He understands that he's in a cell. He's just. Of course, he's getting some good and some benefit, but this is a very sad picture to see it. We need to understand that how do we chant? If we're chanting like parrots, we don't understand that Krishna and his name are not manifest from each other. I need to feel this separation. I'm separated with my mother. I'm separated. I am torn from him, from the object of my love, of my life air, from my pranadhana, from my power. We need to go back to that consciousness. This is the last verse. Let's see it once again.
Перевод дословно даже сейчас.
The translation.
Непостоянный в отношениях с женщиной. Мат прананатас, Господь моей
Matpranat is
жизни.
the Lord of
Прана
my
это
life. Prana
жизненная
is
сила.
life
Господь
force.
моей жизни.
The Lord of my life.
Нет для меня иного Господа,
I
кроме
know no one
Кришны.
but Krishna
И
is
он
my Lord,
останется
and
им
he shall
вовеки.
remain so
Да,
even
если грубо
if he
обидит
handles
меня,
me
не
roughly by
разобьет
his
мое
embrace or
сердце,
makes me
не появляется передо
broken-hearted
мной.
by not
Он
being
волен
present
поступать,
before
как
me. He is
пожелает, ибо
completely free to
навсегда
do anything and
независим, для чего
everything, for he
останется
is always my
Господом,
worshipful Lord
которому я
unconditionally.
поклоняюсь. То есть не смогу жить без
I
него.
won't be able
Вот
to
такое
live without
настроение,
him. This is
оно
the
даст
mood.
понимание,
This mood will
как
give us an
Кришна
understanding
не
how
отличен от
Krishna
своего
is
имени,
he is
как он
non-different from his
присутствует
name,
рядом.
how he is near
Мы
from
можем
us.
почувствовать, только вот это настроение надо
Only
в
in this
разлуке,
mood
в
we'll have
разлучении.
to have
Соединиться
the
нужно.
mood of
Йога, соединиться,
separation.
значит, позвать его.
We have to call
Вот в
for
этом
him.
настроении
This
плачем.
is in this mood of
Именно
this
плачь. Если
cry.
нет этого
If
настроения,
we don't
Ниралакшами,
have this mood, we
еще,
have to
еще. Если нет
train,
настроения, плачьте,
we
потому что
have to
плакать не
try.
можете.
You
Хотя бы с
just,
этого, не по Кришне плачьте. Плачьте, потому
okay,
что плакать не
cry,
можете.
cry
Желайте, потому
because
что желать не можете.
you cannot
Желайте, чтобы
cry.
желать, желать, чтобы быть
Desire
Кришной.
to
С этого начать.
desire to call for
Желать, чтобы
Krishna.
желать, попасть в
You
это
wish
настроение разлуки.
wish
Раз его
to
нет,
be in
потому
that mood
желать его
if you
нужно.
don't have
И
this
тогда
mood.
это откроется.
And then it will be revealed.
Все мы знаем,
We
что
all know
высшая
that
цель
the
жизни
highest goal of
–
life
полюбить Бога
is to love God
или обрести
or
сознание
to get
Кришны.
the Krishna consciousness.
Слышала, что
I
человек
heard
с
that a
низкой
person with
самооценкой,
low self-esteem,
который не любит
who
самого
doesn't love
себя,
himself,
не может должным образом
cannot properly
духовно
to
совершенствоваться,
spiritually progress
ибо считает себя
because
недостойным
he
любви и
thinks
милости.
himself unworthy
Любви и
of the
милости.
mercy and love.
Так ли это?
Is it true?
Что тогда делать?
What should I do in that
Идти
case?
к психологу
To go
преданному?
to
Да,
psychologist,
психолог
devotee?
преданный – это наставник,
Yeah, devotee
это духовный учитель.
psychologist is a mentor
Психолог, кто
or a
такой
spiritual
психолог?
master.
Тот, кто знает
Psychologist
науку о
is the
душе.
one who knows the
Не тот,
science
кто
of
знает
soul,
законы вот этих всех
not the one who
эмоциональных
knows
всяких
these emotional laws
психологических
and
якобы в
psychological
материальном
laws
мире,
in
ну,
material world
отношений. Это
or
не
material
психолог, если он не
relationship. This
знает
is not a
науку о душе.
psychologist if he doesn't know the science of the
Если он
soul.
начинает
If he starts
апеллировать,
to,
когда мы с ним общаемся,
when
пришли за
he
помощью, он
talk
начинает
with him, he
апеллировать там
start to
всякими гурами,
say about
астрологиями, там,
astrology
кармами и
and
так далее.
karma and so
То есть
on,
здоровьем каким-то, что-то
or
там
speaking
пытается
about
нам понять,
health,
что надо, ну, вот так
or
настроение
telling
изменить. И при
about
этом
our
не
mood,
учитывать,
and
что
he
душа пришла
doesn't
к нему, он сам душа, и
think
там
about the
Кришна в сердце, у
soul,
меня
that
Кришна в
Krishna is
сердце.
in my
И
heart,
беда в
Krishna
том,
is
что
your
ничего не
heart.
получается у этого человека, потому что у него йоги нет, у него
If
связи с
this
Кришной
person
нет.
don't have a
Вот он
connection
причина
with
болезни.
Krishna,
Если так преданный начинает
this
мучить,
is
он настоящий
the
психолог.
reason of illness.
Он
This is the
настоящий
real
психолог.
psychologist
И
who
если
will
этого нету,
understand it.
понимания,
If you don't
и он
understand
пытается
it and
как-то
he
понять там
tries to
какими-то другими
understand you by
методами,
some other
карма,
ways,
гьяна и там
by
дхарма,
karma, jnana,
артха,
dharma,
мокша и
artha,
там йога,
moksha,
и
and
что-то такое,
yoga,
ну,
and so
все такое
on,
мистическое вот это
in a
местное,
mystical
скажем так,
way.
материальное. Это не психолог,
This is not a psychologist.
он запутает вас.
He will just entangle you.
Если вы идете к психологу,
If you go to a
спросите, вы знаете науку о
psychologist, you
душе?
ask him, do you know the science of the soul?
То что это такое?
What is it?
Извините.
Oh,
Уже не
I'm
надо
sorry.
объяснять, извините. Не надо его оскорблять, этого человека.
You
Говорить,
don't
о,
have
вы
to
не психолог,
explain to him, or
вы
you
мошенник,
shouldn't offend him,
только деньги качаете.
telling that he is
Нет,
not
нет,
a
нет,
psychologist.
извините, у меня
No,
впечатление,
just
что
I'm sorry, I
я
need to
потом
go.
скажу. И все, уходите,
And just
уходите,
leave
потому
this
что он не
place
поможет вам.
because he won't help you.
Если он знает
If
науку о
he knows
душе,
the
он
science of the
психолог,
soul, then
психология.
he is the
Тот, кто знает науку о
psychologist.
душе,
This is the one who knows
тогда
the
он
science
поможет вам.
of soul, then he will
Очень сильно
help you.
поможет.
Then he will really help
Когда
you.
вам тяжело с
If you
какими-то,
feel
ну,
bad,
скажем, там, перепитиями внутренними, там идет духовная, духовность – это работа внутри, вот то, что вы здесь пишете, вот спасибо вам за
spirituality
этот
is the
вопрос.
fight
То, что вы
inside.
пишете, это как
What
раз
you're
духовная
writing
жизнь,
about,
вот
this
это
is the
внутри
spiritual
перелопатить
life.
вот эту всю грязь.
That
И самому
inside
человеку
there is
тяжело это сделать, нужно
you
идти к
see all
тому, кто
this
знает эту
dirt.
науку,
You
да,
need
поработать
to
внутри над собой,
get
кто
help from
знает
somebody who knows
душу
the
и
science,
Кришну
who
там,
knows the
находящую в
soul
сердце.
and knows
Тогда он
Krishna.
сможет вас
Then
вылечить.
he will heal you.
Да, идти к преданному надо.
So yes, you should go to a devotee.
Он поднимет вашу самооценку,
He
такой психолог.
will rise your self-esteem. He will do it in a right way. He won't tell you that you are pure devotee. He won't stimulate your pride. He will softly and subtly he will explain that you are a servant of the servant, but actually he will elevate your self-esteem this way. He must do it correctly so that you be inspired. Not just tell you that you are fallen. No. You are fallen, you are useless, you are a servant of Lord. This is not a psychology. You have to glorify a servant. You have to glorify the state of a servant, because it's even higher than this state is higher than a state of a master. Servant is always higher, but this is a very subtle thing. This is a spiritual thing. It's impossible to understand it by material measures. Servants in spiritual world, they are higher than masters. When Radharani sees that somebody wants to serve Krishna, we were reading about it. She distinguishes this gopi or coward girl. She brings this girl to Krishna, and Radharani also becomes a servant of a servant. She serves Krishna, but she also serves this jiva. She brings this coward girl and bring her to Krishna, and in this way Radharani serves the servants. Not to feel happiness, just to help. Just to make that jiva happy. In this way, our consciousness is elevated. And the psychologist, real psychologist, devotee must do that, who will be able to glorify the state of a servant. How to protect ourselves from the thoughts that I achieved something in spiritual life, that I already have feelings of God and other people don't understand me, and therefore we have a bad relationship with them. The third verse of Siksastaka must be your garland, and put this garland on yourself and wear it always and smell it always. Become lower than a straw on the street. You try to understand this straw on the street. The grass is rising, then it will rise again and will sprout again, but the straw on the street will never rise again. You need to try, I'm lower than the straw. You have to have such meditation. What have I achieved? I'm in this body, what can I achieve? I fell. On the contrary, this way Srila Prabhupada comments one bhajan, because you don't worship Lord Chaitanya, you killed your life. You are killing your life because you don't worship Lord Chaitanya. And further he explains that you got the human body, but you are a sinner. You are just breaking the laws. Karma binded you because you are a criminal. You are a sinful living entity because you have this material body. And even he gives an example of Brahma, that even Brahma is persecuted because he has a body. This is the punishment. And we have this body. This is the punishment. What we can be proud of? We didn't achieve anything here. I am lower than a straw on the street. Become more tolerant than a tree. Be tolerant, because you want to explain yourself that you achieve something in spiritual life, that I'm on a spiritual level. But you try to estimate me, but this is not tolerance. This is pride. I cannot tolerate. Glorify me, estimate me. Be patient, be tolerant. Remember how Srila Prabhupada said, remember, how many branches are broken on a tree, but tree never reacts. The tree is tolerating, even if it has no water or if it's dying. It's tolerate everything. Be respectful to everyone and don't wait of respect to yourself. Be respectful to people and don't wait the respect for yourself. This is the main thing in this verse. This is your main. Don't wait the respect for yourself, and otherwise you will be proud. But how can I do it? Worship others, glorify others. When you glorify somebody, you are not waiting for worshiping to yourself, and get trained every day, life after life even. In this life, we have a chance to do it quickly without any other lives, right now. And then you will be able, in this peaceful state of mind, humble state of mind, you will be able to chant the holy name constantly and be blissful without waiting anything from anyone. And how to keep this state? Just do it again, lower than a straw, more tolerant than a tree, be respectful to everyone, and don't wait respect for yourself, and then peacefully chant the holy name, and on and on and on and on. This way you can be cured. Don't wait that somebody will estimate you. Relationship become bad because we don't have a tolerance, and because we are not patient, because we don't have a humility. Why don't we have humility? Because we don't chant the holy name purely. Why we don't chant holy name purely? Because we want some respect, we want some glories, and so we come back again. Sri Siksastaka must be read every day, before Mahamantra or after Mahamantra, just as you like. As you like, before or afterwards. If you read before, you just like setting up. After Mahamantra also it is good. It will be 2 times a day. Maybe in the lunch you may also chant it. And in the evening before you sleep. Even at night you also can chant it. It won't be bad for you. The more the better you will understand it. Don't do it mechanically. Just, I need to read Siksastaka because it is said that we should do it every day, not because of that. We need to chant it because I want to love Krishna, because I want to develop my relationship with him. But there are, in Siksastaka, Caitanya says that if I chant this, I will be able to be infected with this mood of Lord Chaitanya. And now Lord Chaitanya will be in my heart because I think of him. I'm the servant of the one who serves Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Chaitanya will be pleased with it. Therefore I will read Siksastaka to please him. This is why I'm reading Siksastaka. Just not to get something for myself, but for him, so that the Lord will be pleased. Guru likes this. Guru also will be pleased. And you do it for that, and this way you will develop selflessness. Try differently before japa, after japa. And just see what's more comfortable for you, to chant it before japa or afterwards. Just to watch about. This is a scientific approach to spiritual life. Experimentally, try to do it. Try to watch what's happening, and then you will be protected. Do it both ways, and then you will understand, and then you will decide. Last question.
А если во Вриндаване, видя, как жители тоскуют,
Seeing like in Vrindavan, its dwellers are missing Krishna, I also try to feel their feelings and my tears are flowing from my eyes. This is also Sahajiya. If you see this from Sahajiya, then this poison will come to you. But if you see it from a devotee, from a pure devotee, and feel these emotions, then this is not Sahajiya. This is emotion of this devotee. They were also manifested in you. This is not Sahajiya. You don't think that this is your, this is because of you, and don't try to enjoy it, and don't do it externally so that somebody would see that you are crying. If you will do all these three things, then it will be Sahajiya. But if you do it just naturally, and you were thinking about Krishna, you just hide yourself so that nobody would see it. And you try to sincerely thinking that it's not because of me, this is because of this pure devotee. This is his, this is because of him. And then you just humbly think about this Trinadapi Sunichina, because the pride can be arise. Oh, I'm crying, I feel these emotions. Then you are going to hell from Vrindavan. No, Trinadapi Sunichina, this is our protection. Just be patient, don't show it to anyone your tears. Just be, I want to show it, but you just tolerate it. Because Trinadapi Sunichina, Tarorapi Sunichina. And this is fight inside, this is the spiritual practice, this is what's happening, this is what Krishna is waiting from us. He feels this fight and he helps us from inside, because he is really interested in our progress, and he will give us strength. We need to just quickly understand and quickly say Trinadapi Sunichina. When you are humble, it's easy to tolerate. When you are tolerant, it's easy to respect others. And when you respect others and don't expect it to yourself, then Krishna will appear on your tongue, because you don't have any pride. Seek this association of devotees. Thank you for good questions, very good questions. Thank you to everyone. They are all just in the topic of our class on Siksastaka. Each question is like a diamond. We can speak from many sides. Thank you to all. Let's once again chant the text so that we could remember what we were talking about. Antya-lila 20, chapter 20, and the verse 28. Shiksha means instruction, Ashtaka, instruction. Premera svabhavayahan, premera sambandha, seimane Krishne mora, nahi prema gandha. Wherever there is a relationship of love of Godhead, its natural symptom is that the devotee does not think himself a devotee. Instead, he always thinks that he has not even a drop of love for Krishna. Caitanya-caritamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Siksastaka ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande. Haribo. Thank you to everyone. Meet you soon on the closing of our marathon. After some time, we will meet again. Please come here so that our yagya would be complete. And sing kirtan when it will be finished. If you will have some urgent businesses and maybe you won't be until the end, then sing kirtan, then the yagya will be complete. Without kirtan, yagya is not complete. So sing kirtan, and we also will try to sing in the end, just a little, to establish
Все,
our
всего
yagya.
доброго, всем хорошего
So
настроения, до
have a
встречи,
good
до
mood. See
свидания.
you soon. Goodbye.